So welcome to Straight Talk Saturday with Coach Dee. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about why people settle. I was in a conversation with one of my friends this week, and we were talking about like why people settle. And one of the things that we talked about is when you're in a bad relationship, how it kind of conditions you to think, okay, so if you're in a bad relationship, and let's just say, I don't know, let's just do the, the regular, the fella or the girl cheats. Okay, so the guy or the girl cheats, and you leave the relationship. Then you get into the next relationship, and just as long as the guy doesn't cheat, it's like seen as an upgrade. But you may still be settling on in many other categories or many other areas of the relationship. So, one of the things that we talked about is how after you get out of a bad relationship, you will think like anything is better. So one of the reasons why people settle, and I'm guilty of it actually, and then the young lady who I was speaking with, she said she was guilty of it as well. And I think a lot of people are guilty of being in a bad relationship and then moving on finally, and then whatever comes along, as long as it's not a repeat of whatever happened in the last relationship, we're cool with it, but we're still settling because on so many other fronts the person is just like not what we actually want or even what we actually need. Okay, so my first reason for why people settle is we are conditioned by our last relationship. Yeah, we're conditioned by our last relationship. So if it was rocky, if we get any semblance, anything that looks like smooth, it's going to be, viewed as being good. And we may not see that we're actually settling because the person may not meet some of our other needs, but as long as it's not rocky, okay, it's maybe like, the person may not have ambition, and you really desire a partner with ambition, and actually that was my case. He was very nice and everything, but he didn't have a whole bunch of ambition. So, I was thinking, oh, wow, maybe I can help him with this. But, truly at this late stage in the game, meaning if you are 20 and over, or really if you are probably about 12 and over, you're not going to be able to change people. You're not going to be able to make people have the characteristics or the qualities that you're seeking in a mate. So, what I was doing wasn't fair to myself. And actually, it wasn't even fair to him because, like, who am I to tell a person the way that you are is not good enough, okay? So, the first reason why people settle is, they've been conditioned by their last relationship, okay? Second reason is something that probably comes to mind when you think of settling: fear. We are scared to death. Okay? We are scared to death that we will not find someone else or someone as good. And what I want to encourage you guys to think about and really challenge you to think about this: if someone is not contributing, because I don't want to say making, if someone is not contributing to your happiness, think about this. If someone is not contributing to your happiness, what is the purpose of staying in it? If a person is not contributing to your happiness, you're just staying in a relationship for what? For money? And I do know that a lot of women stay in relationships because of, financial obligations. A lot of women stay in situations because of bad situations, challenging situations because of children, you know. And, you know, the one thing that I would say about that is we are absolutely showing our children when we do that how to have a bad relationship. You know, and people, I don't think that people see it that way, but, you know, you just see mom and dad in the household, but if mom and dad in the household and mom and dad can't get along, mom and dad, you know, they're showing the children, this is how a relationship looks, which is terrible, okay? Because then they grow up, they don't have a good idea of what a healthy, happy relationship looks like, and you know the cycle continues. They just stay in something too that isn't offering true happiness. Okay. So, first reason is we've been conditioned. Second reason is fear. We just fear we will not find someone else, or we just stay in it because of it's being it's comfortable. Okay. The next reason I want to talk about is you don't think that you deserve any better. Now that one is tough. That one is real tough. It's real tough because when I deal with my clients, I can often tell the ladies who just think this is all they should get. Okay, and of course my job is a little bit more challenging when I run across ladies who think that that's all they deserve. But my goal all the time is to uplift them and to empower them and to make them know that they deserve more than what they have. Okay, that a person who would verbally abuse you, that's not cool. A person who would say mean things to you, that's not cool. A person who cannot apologize for doing you wrong, that's not cool. A person who puts his hands on you or put her hands on you, because you got a lot of women out here now who will strike a man, that's not cool. Arguing all the time, that's not cool. Those are just a few characteristics of just terrible relationships. Not bad relationships, terrible. Name calling. That's not cool. That's not cool. If you are in a relationship, the purpose of being in the relationship is to be happy. The purpose of being in the relationship is to share your time and your space with someone who contributes to your happiness. Not to be in a situation that has you doubting yourself. Okay? And it is those relationships where people don't really think they deserve better, where they just stay and stick it out and tough it out, and they'll be married 20, 30 years. Okay? So a lot of times when I deal with my clients, and a lot of times when I'm just talking to people, I let people know, just because you see people who have been together for a long time, okay, because people think longevity is healthy. Longevity does not equal healthy. Just like marriage does not equal happy. So a lot of people get things kind of twisted because of the way that they view the world, and they have these limiting beliefs. Just because you've been in a relationship for 10 years, it does not mean you are happy. Now, and I'm not even talking about, having good days and bad days, having arguments and disagreements. I'm not talking about regular relationship stuff. I'm talking about, because you're going to have that. So yeah, you're not going to have, every day is not going to be great. But if you've been together for 10 years and you're just not happy in the relationship, and there's a lot of people out here, they're just in relationships and not happy, I say, go ahead and make the jump. And that takes me to the next reason why people settle. They just don't want to start over. So the people who don't think they deserve better, okay, because that's a third reason. So we got, you've been conditioned by your previous relationship. There's fear, and then you have that you don't think you deserve any better. That's the third reason. You don't think you deserve any better. And I segued into the next one is because you just don't want to start over. Don't want to start over. Like, I put all this time into it. I put, a year into it. I just don't want to start over. I just don't want to start over. A lot of people are like that. So again, please, it's best when you get to about the 6 to 9 month mark, I would suggest that you do an evaluation of your relationship. Okay, so that you don't find yourself in a mess. Do an evaluation of the relationship and make sure that you are being very self-aware first. So understand your needs. And I talked about needs, so if you need to, revisit that, I have a video on needs. Revisit the needs. So about the 6 to 9 month, do an assessment on the relationship. Deal with your needs. Be very self-aware and be very honest. Be very honest. Is this relationship, making me better? That's one question that you should ask. Is this relationship making me better? If the relationship is not making you better, if the person that you're with is not making you a better person, probably not good. Is this relationship healthy? So by healthy, I mean, of course, hopefully, Lord, hopefully there's no abuse. Physical abuse, absolutely not. And emotional abuse. Okay? A lot of times, people talk about the physical abuse and that a black eye is bad. But, when someone is beating you up with that tongue, oh my goodness. Those are scars on the heart that take a very long time to heal as well. So yeah, a black eye might heal, I don't know, maybe a week. Black eye, those scars to the heart, ooh, I don't really know. I don't know how long it takes to heal. They can be healed though, but I don't really know how long it takes for those kind of emotional scars to heal. So when you are in a relationship and someone is, doing some emotional abuse, that mental abuse, playing with your mind, making you feel a certain way that isn't good, do an assessment. Is this a good relationship for me? Okay? And if you need some help with a true assessment of your relationship, please just go ahead and go to my website and schedule a coaching session, and I will be more than happy to help you assess your relationship. Okay? Because, there is no reason to, just stay in something to have somebody. It's just no reason. It's just no reason. Because it's like, you should think more highly of yourself. You should think better of yourself. You should think you deserve more than to spend your life with someone who really doesn't do it for you. They don't make you happy, or they're not very nice to you or very kind to you. You just shouldn't do it. You just really shouldn't do it. You really should not settle. And again, it takes a person who is very self-aware to understand that they are settling. Okay? But in most relationships, I won't say most, many, in many relationships, people are settling. And people are settling because of fear, because they've been conditioned by the last relationship, and they don't see anything from that last relationship showing its face. So it's like, okay, this is cool. You don't think you deserve better. That's a tough one. When you don't think you deserve better. You don't want to start over. Like, ooh, I put too many years into this. And then there's this pressure to just make these bad relationships work. That one makes me pause for a second. So it's a couple of things that I want to say about pressure to make bad relationships work. So if you are in a dating situation, there's really no reason to just try to make a relationship work more than let's put some time on it. So let's just say you've been with someone for 6 months and things get rocky. Should you give 6 more months? I would say no. So this is how I'm gonna do this math. In a relationship, 6 months in, it gets a little rocky. You have your first, challenging situation. That's usually when they come around 6 months too. So, and because that's when you truly get to know who you're dealing with. That's the real person at 6 months, 6 to 9 months. So, should you invest 6 more months to fix the one problem? I would say no. I would say no. 6 months, problem, 6 weeks maybe. 6 weeks. I probably would say 6 days. Okay? But I want to make sure that I provide like a window for people who are really in it to make it work. Okay? So I would say if you're in a relationship for 6 months, you start having some difficulty, don't give it 6 more months. Maybe give it a month. If things haven't worked themselves out, perhaps it's not the right relationship. But what we do is we are in a relationship for 6 months and then we want to give it 6 more months to work it out. No, don't do that. That means you're working too hard. And, people, and this is the other thing, and I'm almost done. This is the other thing that people do. They talk about how hard relationships are. And what I'm going to encourage you and challenge you to really think about also is, who wants to do something that's hard? So if you have the mindset that you're going to approach your relationship like it's hard, that makes it it's more challenging to deal with. So you shouldn't approach your relationship like it's hard. You really shouldn't. And if your relationship is really that hard, you're probably not in the right relationship. Trust me when I say that. Yeah, relationships have struggles and challenges. But if it's just like hard every single day, like it's just, oh my God, you're probably not in the right relationship. Because relationships should not be they shouldn't be hard. It should be for fun. It should be for teamwork. It should be to improve you. It should be to have someone to share your life with. So we get confused about what a relationship is. A relationship is not just hard. A relationship is supposed to be many things, many good things. And if it's just hard, it's probably not the right relationship. And you're probably settling. Because it's so hard because you're trying to change somebody. Or you're trying to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do. And yeah, they might do it for a little bit. but they're going to go back to who they are. And you still going to be settling. So, please don't settle. Please become more self-aware. Really think about your needs. You know, approach this thing like it's life or death, because it truly is. Your relationship can bring you life and happiness, and you can feel like you are like on top of the world. Or your relationship can bring you death. It can make you sad. It can make you cry. It can make you, you know, feel like, oh my God, I just don't know what to do. And if you are in a situation like that, that's a bad relationship. Don't settle. Okay? So this is Coach Dee with Straight Talk Saturday. Don't settle, y'all. Don't settle.